Sad seeing all the bracken dying off. The bracken sprouting up is always a sign that summer's starting, and the bracken dying is always a sign that summer's over. Trees fallen down. We've had some really heavy winds lately, and this is a tree that seems to have come down recently. Last time I was out here, I didn't bother putting my tent away properly. I just kind of shoved it in the rucksack, meaning to sort it out when I got home, but I didn't. So I've got a bit of a mess with the tent to sort out now. It should be fine anyway, but I do prefer to put things away properly so they don't get too scrunched up or potentially ruined in storage. I seem to have been missing a tent peg or two, which may be because I just rushed putting the tent away last time. You can see how ruffled up it is, or I didn't roll it up properly. Really should take better care of it, because I've had it since 2015 and it's done me well. So, but it's done me well because I do usually try and take care of it. But yeah, there's at least one, if not two, tent pegs missing. It's not the end of the world, so I can always make some out of some wood. I've got my Aya Cuckoo sleeping bag, got that Axol sleeping mat in the red bag. That's a really great sleeping mat. Got a cheap tarp just to put on the ground that I got from Home Bargains, and then some Combat UK camo netting that I might put up just to give me a bit of extra cover as soon as the bracken's dying off. I do like how these branches all kind of droop down and do give me a little bit of cover on that side, because there is a path through there past those trees, but you can't really see through here that well from there. Also, I bought my Olight flashlight and my EDC knife, a couple of litres of water there, then a mess tin, just a simple gas cooker, and my kettle because I want to make a coffee and also want to boil up some nettles later on for some nettle tea. I'm actually without a car at the minute because my coolant fluid's leaking, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to come out here since I'm kind of forced not to be able to do anything else, which is actually a good thing, especially as this is the last weekend of September. It's kind of nice to make the most of the end of summer. I go out on a nice bike ride tomorrow night, and went out on a nice walk yesterday and on a run at night, so it's actually nice having a free weekend just to embrace the last weekend of summer. I love just sitting here thinking, really. So lovely to just relax out here, taking in the scenery while you're thinking about things. Got some true crime I'm going to listen to as well. That's something that I enjoy when I'm out in the woods walking around. I think it sets a good atmosphere for someone like me who likes kind of horror and creepy things like that. Wandering around with some true crime playing out in the woods. Fun. But I guess everyone's different. I mean, just because I find this really relaxing doesn't mean everyone would, but it's easy to think that more people should get out like this once a week, once a fortnight. I mean, I'm out here 2 or 3 times a week usually, but most of the time it's just walking, not out camping. One thing I do like to do when the bracken is completely died off in winter is wander around looking for animal skulls. I guess it can be a bit difficult wading through it all when the bracken's really thick, but when it's all died off and it's all flat, you can get everywhere and really look around. That might sound a bit macabre, but I do quite like collecting animal skulls that I find. It was lovely and sunny earlier, but it's come over quite overcast now. And it gets dark about 7:30 now. Oh, so depressing. Didn't see many weeks ago it was light till about 10:30. Lost 3 hours already, let alone by the end of October. Like I say, this is the last day of September today, so in a month's time it'll be dark at about 5:30, 5 o'clock. I really hate the clocks changing. I think it's pointless in the UK, really. I'd rather have the extra hour of daylight in the afternoon to do things with in the evening. But I kind of like spooky season and Halloween. One thing in kind of mid to late August onwards until into October, walking through the woods here, there are cobwebs everywhere. They're really thick ones as well. You can't help but get them wrapped around your head and in your hair. Even in the winter, it's a lovely place to walk around because there's a lot of evergreens here. There's still some nice scenery even when the leaves have died off of a lot of the trees and the bracken's all gone. I have done a little bit of excavation here. This tree was covered in dead branches all along the bottom there, kind of like the ones you can see there, but they were longer and they were really sticking out and taking up a lot of space there, so I sawed them all off. So now there's kind of a nice bit of open space there just to wander around, and just makes it more comfortable here. Same with that tree there, cut some of the dead wood off. Shouldn't hurt because it was completely dead. It makes a nice little space to walk around and hang out when I'm out here now. Put the camo netting up there, but I don't really think I'll need it, to be honest, but it's just nice to get it out and use it now and then. Got a bit of a hole in it there though. It's not a bad bit of netting though. The camera's actually making it look a lot lighter than it is. It's pretty dull in here. It's only 6:30, but because it's overcast and I'm under the cover of the trees, it's making it a lot darker than really it should be if it was nice and clear when I was out in the open. But the camera is working to make it look lighter. I'm going to pump up my mattress here. I've shown this before in another video. It's really easy to do. You can either step on it with your foot, but I actually find it easier doing it with my hand. Usually takes less than a minute doing this. Fully pumped up now. Lovely, comfortable mattress. Great little kettle. Alox, I think the brand name was. Because my eyes have adjusted to the dark, I can actually see reasonably well through the trees here, but the camera's not going to pick it up. It's just going to be pitch black around here now. It is lovely, even just chilling out here in the dark. Something really relaxing about it. You feel very safe as well. I think people who haven't been out camping before can maybe think it'd be a bit scary, because horror movies tend to be set out in the woods where you're isolated and on your own, but actually you're a lot safer out here because most nut jobs are going to be looking for places where there are likely to find victims, and they're not likely to find victims just randomly in the middle of the woods. You know, they're going to go searching in towns and cities. And to be fair, most violence now happens either between people who know each other domestically, or violence that happens in inner cities from gangs and violent groups like that. So you're not going to get any of that out here. Wow, the sky looks lovely and blue with the torchlight on it. Lovely deep blue there, even though actually it's very dark at the minute, but the camera's making it look great. It's actually quite mild, so I didn't really need a fire, but it's still nice to light one. It's just part of the experience of being out here. And it's another relaxing thing about coming out camping as well, just sitting and watching the flames flicker. I only like to have a small fire, that's usually enough to warm me up on my own. Finally, the planes have stopped flying over. They've been constant all morning, dozens and dozens and dozens of them, just never ending. So I've been waiting for them to stop flying over so I can actually do some more filming, because it's just so noise, constant roar of the jet engines. But I've packed everything away already, and got everything else done, so I'm about to get going. All the bracken dying off. I do love autumn, but I can't really appreciate autumn so much unless we've had a good summer leading up to it. And this summer, it never really got going. Like, we'd have a couple of weeks of sun, then it would be grey and overcast and windy and a bit chilly even for a while. Like last summer in the UK was beautiful. But this year we'd have a couple of weeks of sun, then it would be grey and windy and overcast again, and a bit chilly even. Then we'd have a week of sun, then back to grey and overcast. And it just, like, it never quite felt like summer started, and now it's over. And I know quite a few other people have felt the same way, and it's kind of hard to really embrace autumn when you haven't had a summer and you're still waiting for summer and mourning summer not happening. And all I can think now is, oh God, we've got another 6 months of winter to get through now before summer hits again. It's like I need that 3 or 4 months of summer to energise me and charge me up for the winter. And I feel like I haven't had that charge this year. I haven't done too much talking in this video because if you want to hear me rambling on about things, I do the Rod's Rambles videos now, talking about current affairs or whatever. So for the camping videos I thought it'd be nicer just to show the beautiful scenery really, a bit more relaxing. Where I live, it feels like it's becoming more and more of a forgotten corner of the UK. Like this year, they didn't even bother cutting the verges, and just general maintenance. It's like no one's bothering to even take care of it anymore. And in some ways, you think that's a bad thing, but I actually kind of like it. I'm quite happy to live in a forgotten little corner of the UK. There aren't enough of them anymore, with everywhere being bulldozed and concreted over for bloody high-density housing estates everywhere. They even saw a poster up the other day for a barn dance in the area. Like, I don't know if I'll go to it, to be honest, but I'm tempted to, because I just love that. There's something so backwoods and rural about it that I kind of like now. Not that I'd want the whole UK to be like that, but it's nice to have some areas, and it seems like nobody wants those areas anymore. Everything has to be built up and urbanised and turned into some kind of metropolitan concrete nightmare. So it's nice being in an area where they just still have quaint, simple barn dances. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon, hopefully, next week.